When a woman ignores you, it can be a challenging and emotionally taxing experience. The first step in handling this situation is to remain calm and composed. It's natural to feel hurt, confused, or even frustrated, but reacting impulsively can often make things worse. Take a moment to assess the situation objectively. Consider whether her behavior is intentional or if there might be external factors at play. For example, she could be dealing with personal issues, stress, or simply be preoccupied with other responsibilities. Jumping to conclusions without understanding the context can lead to misunderstandings and unnecessary conflict. Once you've taken a step back, it's important to give her space. If she's ignoring you, pushing for attention, or demanding an explanation, might only push her further away. Respect her boundaries and allow her the time she needs. This doesn't mean you should completely disappear or act indifferent, but rather give her the opportunity to come to you when she's ready. Patience is key in these situations, as it shows that you respect her autonomy and are willing to give her the freedom to process her emotions or thoughts. While giving her space, take the time to reflect on your own actions and behavior. Is there something you might have said or done that could have caused her to distance herself? Self-awareness is crucial in any relationship, and acknowledging your role in the situation can help you grow and improve. If you realize you've made a mistake, be prepared to take responsibility and apologize sincerely when the time is right. However, avoid overanalyzing or blaming yourself excessively, as this can lead to unnecessary self-doubt and anxiety. Communication is essential in resolving any form of disconnect, but timing is equally important. If you feel the need to address the situation, choose a moment when both of you are calm and relaxed. Approach the conversation with empathy and understanding rather than accusations or defensiveness. For example, you could say something like, "I've noticed you've been distant lately, and I just want to make sure everything is okay." This opens the door for her to share her feelings without feeling pressured or attacked. Be prepared to listen actively and validate her emotions, even if they're difficult to hear. It's also important to manage your expectations during this process. Not every situation will have a clear resolution, and sometimes people may not be ready or willing to communicate openly. If she continues to ignore you despite your efforts to reach out, it may be a sign that she needs more time or that the relationship dynamics have shifted. In such cases, focus on maintaining your own emotional well-being and avoid fixating on her behavior. Surround yourself with supportive friends and family, and engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. If the situation persists and you feel that her ignoring you is affecting your mental health, it may be necessary to reevaluate the relationship. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, communication, and effort from both parties. If she consistently disregards your feelings or refuses to address issues, it might be a sign that the relationship is not fulfilling your needs. While it's never easy to walk away, prioritizing your own happiness and emotional health is essential. In some cases, her ignoring you could be a form of passive-aggressive behavior or a way to assert control. If you suspect this is the case, it's important to set boundaries and communicate your needs clearly. Let her know that while you value the relationship, you also expect respect and open communication. If she's unwilling to meet you halfway, it may be time to consider whether this dynamic is sustainable in the long term. On the other hand, if her ignoring you is a one-time occurrence or out of character, it's worth giving her the benefit of the doubt. People go through ups and downs, and sometimes their actions are not a reflection of their feelings toward you. Instead of taking it personally, try to approach the situation with compassion and understanding. A simple check-in message or a kind gesture can go a long way in showing that you care without being overbearing. If you're in a romantic relationship and her ignoring you becomes a recurring pattern, it's important to address the underlying issues. Consistent lack of communication can erode trust and intimacy over time. Consider having an honest conversation about how her behavior makes you feel and what you both can do to improve the relationship. If necessary, seeking the help of a couples therapist can provide a safe space to work through challenges and strengthen your connection. In friendships or professional relationships, the approach may differ slightly. If a female friend or colleague is ignoring you, consider whether there might be a misunderstanding or if you've unintentionally crossed a boundary. A respectful and direct conversation can often clear the air and restore the relationship. In professional settings, it's especially important to remain professional and avoid letting personal feelings interfere with your work. Ultimately, how you act when a woman ignores you depends on the context of your relationship and the reasons behind her behavior. The key is to approach the situation with empathy, patience, and self-awareness. Avoid making assumptions or jumping to conclusions, and instead focus on open and honest communication. Remember that you cannot control how others behave, but you can control how you respond. By maintaining your composure and prioritizing your own well-being, you'll be better equipped to handle the situation in a mature and constructive manner. If the ignoring behavior continues, despite your efforts, it may be a sign to reevaluate the relationship's dynamics. While it's natural to want to fix things, it's equally important to recognize when a relationship is no longer serving you. Surround yourself with people who value and respect you, and don't be afraid to let go of relationships that are one-sided or toxic. Your time and energy are precious, and investing them in healthy, fulfilling connections will lead to greater happiness and peace of mind. In some cases, her ignoring you might not have anything to do with you at all. She could be dealing with personal challenges, such as stress, anxiety, or other relationships that are causing her to withdraw. In these situations, offering your support without pressuring her can make a significant difference. Let her know that you're there for her if she needs someone to talk to, but also respect her need for space. Sometimes, simply being a steady and understanding presence can help her feel more comfortable opening up when she's ready. It's also worth considering whether her ignoring you is a response to something in your behavior. Reflect on your recent interactions and consider whether you might have unintentionally hurt her or made her feel uncomfortable. If you identify a potential issue, take the initiative to address it and apologize if necessary. Demonstrating accountability and a willingness to make amends can go a long way in repairing the relationship. If you've tried everything and she continues to ignore you, it may be time to accept that the relationship has run its course. While this can be painful, it's important to remember that you deserve to be with someone who values and respects you. Holding on to a relationship that no longer brings you joy or fulfillment will only lead to more heartache in the long run. Instead, focus on building connections with people who appreciate you for who you are and are willing to put in the effort to maintain a healthy relationship. In the meantime, use this experience as an opportunity for personal growth. Reflect on what you've learned about yourself and your needs in relationships. Consider how you can apply these insights to future connections, whether romantic, platonic, or professional. By focusing on self-improvement and cultivating a positive mindset, you'll be better prepared to handle similar situations in the future. It's also important to avoid letting her behavior define your self-worth. Just because someone is ignoring you doesn't mean you're not worthy of love, respect, or attention. Remind yourself of your strengths, accomplishments, and the qualities that make you unique. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you, and engage in activities that boost your confidence and self-esteem. If you find yourself struggling to cope with the situation, don't hesitate to seek support from a trusted friend, family member, or therapist. Talking about your feelings can provide clarity and help you process your emotions in a healthy way. A therapist can also offer valuable tools and strategies for managing difficult emotions and navigating complex relationship dynamics. In some cases, her ignoring you might be a sign that she's not ready for the type of relationship you're seeking. Whether it's a romantic relationship, friendship, or professional connection, it's important to recognize when someone's priorities or feelings don't align with yours. While it can be disappointing, accepting this reality allows you to move forward and focus on relationships that are more aligned with your values and goals. Finally, remember that every relationship is a two-way street. While it's important to put in effort and show care, it's equally important to receive the same in return. If her ignoring you becomes a pattern, it's a sign that the relationship may be unbalanced. Don't be afraid to advocate for your needs and set boundaries to protect your emotional well-being. By doing so, you'll create healthier and more fulfilling connections in the long run. In conclusion, how you act when a woman ignores you depends on the context and your relationship with her. Approach the situation with empathy, patience, and self-awareness, and prioritize open and honest communication. While it's natural to want to resolve the issue, it's also important to recognize when a relationship is no longer serving you. Focus on your own well-being, surround yourself with supportive people, and use the experience as an opportunity for growth. By doing so, you'll navigate the situation with grace and emerge stronger on the other side.